Welcome Theatre Addicts, my name is Fern and I'm back here at the Carousel Theatre to review I, Idiot by Jem Rolls as part of the 2018 Vancouver Fringe Festival. Jem Rolls is from the UK and he seems to be a Fringe Festival regular, having gone to 90 plus Fringe Festivals all around the world. The show is a big word poetry performance kind of show, which isn't usually my first choice, to be honest. I find that sometimes the spoken poetry shows, they can maybe be a little bit pretentious, and sometimes I think it's hard for those types of shows not to be, but we'll see about this one. The premise of the show is that everyone has a novel inside of them, and that novel is called I, Idiot. This is sort of what attracted me to this show. I think everyone thinks that the life they have led and what's inside their head is worthy of a novel, and everyone wants to write their own story, and I think that usually most of the time that story is the idiocy of what they've done in their lives. So yeah, I'm very interested to see this one, so I'll see you after the show. So it's after the show now, and I don't really know what I was expecting now, but I don't think it was that. I think I thought it would be anecdotes from his life sort of told in a poetic way. But this was a delve into being human with some real profound moments. I think my first feeling is that I feel smarter after watching that. He's so philosophical and has so much energy. And you know, a lot of what he says, I think it almost takes a second watch of the show to really absorb everything that he said. He had so many good thoughts on the world and on being idiots, us as humankind being idiots. I really think that this is one to see just for the pure entertainment of seeing how his brain works and how he's able to put it into words and interpretive dance and other formats. It's sort of a show that is of chapters. I guess that's where the novel comes into it. Chapters woven together. Chapters of poems, chapters of some interpretive dance, chapters of different aspects of performance, and they're all woven together really well. I think maybe the one thing that I found was missing was that there wasn't one underlying story that really knitted it together. It felt like it was these chapters that were more tied together than actually completely streamlined. And what I mean by that is he sort of had a question in the beginning that he answered at the end, but it wasn't this continuous narrative that was formed from the beginning towards the end. It was more just these chunks of genius. So I think the show, even if you're not a fan of the more big word performances, which I don't think that I usually am, this was really fascinating. And his energy just carries you the whole way through. I actually thought after a while that style, you get a bit tired of it, but he manages to maintain it over the whole hour and keep it interesting and keep your attention over the whole hour. So like I said, I think this one needs to be watched twice to really get the depth of everything that he was saying, because there was so much that I really agreed with. But the one line that stuck with me was this one analogy of being a mole or a bunch of moles on the croquet lawn of your politers, and that was brilliant. That's probably one of my favorite parts. But there were so many like quick lines and quick, just brilliant, genius. The venue is at the Carousel Theatre again, and I've actually watched a few other shows there that I've reviewed, and it's definitely not my favorite. It's just really hot and really, the seats are very uncomfortable. But it doesn't take you away from the show too much with this one. He keeps you absolutely captivated the whole way through. So that's about my review for Jem Rolls' I, Idiot. I think he's incredibly energetic. His brain is on a wavelength that is definitely worth seeing just for the experience of it. I think that for the rest of the evening tonight, I'll be thinking back on some of the things he says, that he said, and just trying to think of my own, logic to it. And it was mesmerizing. I'm completely lost for words afterwards, actually. I think that's when I walked out the theatre, I was just like, wow. So definitely put this one on your list. It's funny and touching as well. I really enjoyed the different ways he had different chapters that he had, the dancing, the sort of almost singing in some parts. The one part he had with the torch, it was wonderful. I think it's probably not a show for kids, even though there's some clown moments. But I think it'll go over their heads, but everyone else can enjoy this show for sure. So that was I, Idiot by Jem Rolls here at the Carousel Theatre. So leave a comment if you saw this show and if you have anything to say about it, and check out the Theatre Addicts page for more reviews on what to watch at the Fringe Festival this year. And happy fringing!